Good morning, Wall Street winners. It is Thursday, January 23rd. And if we take a look at where we are in the three major US indices, we've got two of them in the red, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, but one in the green, the Dow Jones. S&P is only slightly in the red. The NASDAQ is down about 0.5%, and the Dow is only up about zero point 0.8 of a percent. Let's call it zero point 0.1 of a percent. It was 0.08, so zero point 0.1 of a percent. So pretty much flat at this point. I think the narrative at this time has now shifted from everything going on to everything going on in the White House, specifically to tariffs and what is going to come as of February 1st with these tariffs that the new administration and President Trump is now threatening to impose on a variety of different countries. So that's where we are in the news cycle. If we move over to the Yahoo Finance app, I think today is a good day to just observe and sit on the sidelines for the most part, unless an opportunity comes up. I don't foresee we're going to have the same kind of huge swings that we have, positive swings, let me say, but the positive movements upwards that we have over the last 3 days. So if we take a look across the board, we've got crude up 14 cents, but it's still below $76. We have Bitcoin down today. I don't usually comment on Bitcoin, but it's been going up pretty significantly over the last 3 or 4 days. And obviously caught a bid upwards when Donald Trump won the election back in the fall of last year. And then we've got NASDAQ futures obviously down. The VIX is at 15, so it's just kind of flatlining there, not moving a lot, which isn't bad. That's good to have it at 15. Love to see it down at 12, but 15 is definitely a reasonable area for the VIX. Costco off yesterday, off this morning. Lulu had a great day yesterday. Recorded a couple of shorts on that. Hope you got into that and took some profits. Looks like it's coming off that a little bit today, but this is a stock that should recover up to 400 by the time earnings come out. So there's still movement in there to grab some upside, in my opinion. Walmart hovering around the 93 range. I don't think we're going to see any significant movement in that until we get to earnings for Walmart this quarter. ATD had a good day, but 32 cents. So up for the day. Home Depot was off $8 yesterday. It's off again into the open. And then we've got healthcare, which is was green yesterday, and it looks like it's off to a green start today. I believe we have HCA reporting, yeah, tomorrow. So we've got Healthcare of America reporting tomorrow. So we'll have to see as they lead kind of that healthcare space, what's going on there. JB Hunt still down around the $75 range. It got a little bump the day before last, and really hasn't moved much since then. CNR has made some big moves. This was a stock down at 144 in the last week and is now up to 150. So we'll have to see what it's up to. It's 7 days out from earnings. So we'll keep an eye on what those look like next week. And then we get into oil. Oil had a bad day yesterday. In a lot of cases, a pretty bad day. Like Valero was off $4.50. That's not a great day there. But crude is hovering today. It's up 5 cents. It's been up and down, but currently it is up, and the oil stocks are in the green for the most part. But all of that can change as we head into the open in the next little few minutes. And then we've got a bunch of earnings coming out. Not a bunch, but a couple of earnings coming out today. And Texas Instruments is one of those with earnings today. So it looks like it's off in to a red start today, as most of the technology stocks are. Now, they're coming off some pretty incredible days. So they've had a nice little run up over this week itself, and it's likely that we're going to see some pullback because it's getting a little frothy out there, especially pre-earnings. To see ARM go up $25 in a day, it's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. I hope you caught on and rode that wave up, but it's something that is, I mean, that's a move that I don't know if we've seen in ARM more than 2 or 3 times a move of that size, and mostly around earnings. So if we scroll down, taking a look at where there may be opportunities, I am going to be watching for Meta. Meta's up in the pre-market, which surprises me, when everything else, for the most part, is down. I do expect Oracle to come down. That whole news shenanigan, kind of fake press news or fake press conference going on about Stargate AI the other day, that was just a repeat of what we did or saw in December. So that was just a bump on news that was already out there. So I think that we'll see that come back. Nvidia had a great day yesterday. It's off a little bit today. I do like Google. I like Meta right now, especially going into earnings. Probably the most out of most of these companies. The other one that I'm going to keep an eye on, though, is Workday. Workday was added to the S&P 500 back in December, and I believe that if it comes out with some good earnings, it could catch a bid up into the 300s, and it, like Palantir did last year, it could be the Palantir of 2025. So we'll have to keep an eye out for what's going on there. We also have Lam Research out next week with some earnings, same day as Microsoft. Next week's going to be a pretty busy start of the tech earnings, and then the following week gets even busier. Going down into finance, a lot of red on the screen yesterday, and a bit of a mixed bag today. Some of the bigger names in the green in the morning session, but some of the other names in the red. So looking at where we are going into the week, we have Texas Instruments announcing aftermarket today. Bank of California came out this morning. I haven't looked at that pre-market. A little concerned about the future for Bank of California or the next couple of quarters, only because of the wildfires and the impact they're having there in LA. Tomorrow we have HCA, and then Monday, SoFi. I love SoFi as a stock. It was a three banger, basically tripled in value in 2024 for me. And so we'll be watching those earnings Monday before the market. And then we have Tesla Wednesday with Microsoft and Meta, IBM, and Lam Research. So Wednesday after market going to be a very big day, followed by Thursday. And Thursday is going to see Apple and CNR, Visa, Valero, and Team, which is Atlassian, come out with earnings there. And then before we close out that week on the 31st, we're going to have ExxonMobil and Chevron, and then we get into some other tech stocks as we move down. So we've got a lot of big names still to report. A lot of the financials now have reported, but we're moving into the tech space in the next couple of weeks. And so that's where I'm going to start to turn my attention to. But you don't have to trade every day, folks. If your setup isn't there, less can often be more from a trading perspective. So take your time to analyze when you want to get in and just wait for the stocks to come back. Don't rush into something and then end up in a negative position, having to hold that for a day, a week, a month, or months, only to get out for a profit later on when you've then missed opportunities in other things